Jesus Christ. Come on, I know we have our mask on. Come on, let's sing that one more time. Sing it with me. Yeah. He has risen. He's ready to pray. Our Lord Jesus. He has risen. And he is Lord. Come on, everybody. Every knee. Every tongue. Yeah. That's Jesus. Oh, put your hands together. Praise God for another day. Thank Him for what He has done for you. Thank Him for where He has brought you from. Thank Him for letting you see another day. He didn't have to do it, but He did. We praise His name. We seated in the presence of the Lord. We preach you in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's another day's journey. For some reason, God has watched over us all week long. For some reason, He kept His hands on us. For some reason, He brought us through our trials and through our tribulations. For some reason, He keeps on delivering us time and time again. And I don't know about you, and I can't speak for you, but I thank God that He has blessed me to see another day. He didn't have to do it. He brought me. We give honor to God. We bless you for your presence. We thank our Facebook and our YouTube and our Zoom fans for sharing in with us as we have come here for no shape, no form, no fashion. Amen, somebody. We've come simply to praise our God. Why do we want to praise Him? Because we know He's been mighty, mighty good. So whatever you come to do, you got time now to get it right. Come on and let's praise God. Come on and let's have church. I understand the situation all around us. I understand the situation that's happening throughout this country. But right now, for this moment, for this hour, we have the opportunity to bless the name of our God. So come on, three sisters, and let's come and worship our God.
Just want to praise you, Lord, for all the things you've done for us, for all the things you're doing for us, even for the things that God is going to do for us. God, we thank you for this day, for the opportunity, God, to come and worship you, Lord, in your house. Thank you, God, for those that come this morning. You God, to enter into your house of worship. Have mercy, have mercy. Thank you, dear God, for all of the things that you've done for us. Yes, Lord, just allow us to go about our day. Today, dear God, they set aside to come to your house. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord, we want to praise you now, dear God. We want to worship you, dear God. Help us, Lord. Help us need you, dear God, now, Lord. Yes, sir. Dear God, this morning, we want to thank you, dear God, for leadership. Yes, have mercy. Thank you for our pastor, God. Thank you, dear God, for strengthening him, dear God. Thank you, dear God, for giving him the vision. That's you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, God, for every member, dear God. Thank you, son. And this church, Lord. Touch, Lord Jesus. Touch every church. Doing, dear God, that's there. Hello, dear God, we thank you for those that see this morning. That's Lord Jesus. Have mercy, dear God. Have mercy. Touch their hearts, touch their minds, touch their body, dear God. They may be healed, dear God, in the place, Lord Jesus. God, we pray for those that breathe this morning, God. Offer a comfort, God. We pray that you allow us to accept the thing. Yes, Lord. Dear God, we pray for our children this morning, dear God. Touch, Lord. Touch, Lord. Help them, dear God. Make the right decision. Right now, Lord, pray, God. Your Lord, your Lord. As they go about their activities. First, God, pray, Lord. That's now, Jesus. Touch their hands, dear God. Touch their mind. Lord. Lord. As you touch them, dear God. Right now, Lord Jesus. At this moment, we pray that you take part of the service. Come, Lord Jesus. Have your way, God. Have your way. That should be. We pray in the name of Jesus. Come on. We pray, dear God, that you just cast it in. Please, Lord. This morning, dear God, we repent of all our sins. We pray, have mercy, have mercy. Give us a new direction, dear God, that we can serve and lead you. Dear God, this morning we pray that bless our military. Have mercy. Those who put the sail and walk before us, dear God. Pray that you would just protect them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dear God, God, bless America. Have mercy. Pray that America will not forget us. We pray, dear God, that whatever we do, whatever we say, dear God, reflect our love. Yes, sir. Dear God, we want to please you every way, Lord. Dear God, we just ask that you continue, dear God, to protect us, dear God, and stop this situation that we're in, oh Lord. Mercy, mercy. Every situation, dear God, every situation helps us. Yes, sir. We just thank you, dear God, for all that you're doing. And dear God, keep us steady, dear God. Bless your holy name right now, Lord. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Jesus.
Select the scripture reading for your hearing. It's taken from the Gospel according to St. Mark. Mark chapter 12. Gospel according to St. Mark chapter 12. Beginning the reading with verse 28. Verse 28. And reading from the King James Version, there you will find these words. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceived that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like it, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Scribe said unto him, well, Master, thou hast said the truth. For there is one God, and there is none other but he. And to love him with all thy heart, and with all thy understanding, with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifice. And when Jesus saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, thou art not far from the kingdom of God. And no man after that durst ask him any part. Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 12, verses 28 through 34. May God bless the reading and the hearing of his holy word. Oh, let the church say amen. Thank God for these three sisters. It's praying time. Yeah, it's time to intercede on behalf of those that are less fortunate than we are. This is the time for you to pray for your family. At this time we set aside that you can lift up our city, our state, this country. Everybody knows we need prayer. And I thank God that we set aside some precious time during this worship experience. That not only those of us physically here, but those of us that's with us through Facebook and with us through Zoom and with us through YouTube, wherever you are, take a few moments to have a little talk with God. Can I help somebody? Whether you realize it or not, God still answers prayer. How do you know that? Look at me. If it were not for other prayers, I wouldn't be here. Come on now. In Facebook land, go to your corner. Go down on your knees. And if you're not able to bow down, just lower your head. Let's go to God and pray. We have 5 spots at the altar. And you might come now and render your prayers unto your God. Let him speak to you. Yes, Lord. It's prayer time.
You deserve the glory.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
I lift my hands to worship. I bless your holy name. God, I glory. And the honor. I lift my hands to worship. And I bless your
Yes, Lord Jesus. You deserve it. Sing, children. Sing, children. Bless his holy name. Come on now. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's praying. Oh, let's pray. Let's talk to God. Tell him all about it. Yeah, yeah. Keep praying, church. Keep praying. Talk to God. Speak something. Say that, children. Say it, children. You deserve it. God deserves the glory of him. Yes, he does. Sing, children. Sing. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yes, Lord Jesus. You deserve it. Glory to him. We stop out here to praise you, God. Praise the Lord. Come on, children. Come on. Let the Lord use you. Come on, children.
I've been praying all night. Please don't mind. Here I am, hiding in my soul, praying for I've been praying for a long time, praying for peace of mind. Here I am, hiding in my soul, waiting for somebody needs you, Lord, somebody.
Oh, put your hands together. Bless the Lord in this house. Come on, Facebook. Bless the Lord. Somebody needs you. Thank God for these children. Amen. Helping us to usher in the Holy Spirit in song. And they've done a wonderful job of it. Give them another hand as they come down. Praise the Lord. Yeah, somebody said train them up what? Yeah, when they win, while they're young. When they get like some of you all, won't depart. We bless and thank God for another day's journey. I don't know about you, but I've been waiting all week for another word from God. And he and I have been toiling all week long. Let the church say amen. But you know the same God that I know, he will provide. Yes, he will. So come on and go with us to the New Testament, and let's go over to the Gospel according to St. Matthew. And I know you just heard the word read from Mark, and this is going to be the harmony that. So go with us to Matthew chapter 22. New Testament, Matthew chapter 22. Then come down with us to verse 34. I'm going to now read, instead of the King James Version, I'm going to read from the Contemporary English translation. Since you've heard it read by the King James Version, according to Mark. Harmony of the Gospels is here. Verse 34, you there? Praise the Lord. Not to insult your intelligence, but allow me to read with our children present. Verse 34. After Jesus had made the Sadducees look foolish, the Pharisees heard about it, and they got together. Verse 35. One of them was an expert in the Jewish law. So he tried to test Jesus by asking, verse 36, this question. Teacher, what is the most important commandment in the law? Yeah, verse 37, Jesus answered, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. This is the first and most important commandment. Verse 39. The second most important commandment is like this one, and it is love others as much as you love yourself. Yes. Verse 40. All the laws of Moses and the books of the prophets are based on these two commandments. Yeah, I wish I could keep reading. But that's more than we can handle. Amen, somebody. Amen. Yeah. I want to know what the most important law of Moses is. And so in verse 37, Jesus answers the expert's question, and he says, this is it. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. This is the first and the most important commandment. The second, however, most important commandment is like this one, and it is love others as much as you love yourself. I know love is not something we like to talk about. I know we get so tired of hearing about this thing called love. But today, from that passage of scripture, I want to share this subject, this topic with you. Always include God. Always include God. Can we pray about it? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, sir. You've been better to us than we've been to ourselves. You brought us from a mighty long way. When we were down, you picked us up. Didn't have food for the table, you provided. Didn't know where we were or where we were going, you found us. Sinking in our sins, never to rise no more, you picked us up. Today we stop by your God, masters and say, thank you. We always want to be mindful of your goodness and your mercy. Because we recognize and realize now that when we go through our trials and tribulations, you promise to be right there with us. So thank you, sir. Come on in this place and open up our hearts, our souls, our minds, our spirits. Speak to us. Give us a word in times like these. So let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. Oh, Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Let the church say, amen. Always, not sometimes, not just on Sunday, not every now and then, but always, whatever you do, include God. I want to take somebody's down memory lane for just a half a second. I don't want to leave you there, and I don't want you to get lost. I just want you to walk with me for a half a second. Before this man's tragic death, and he was killed on April the 1st, 1984. He was killed in Los Angeles, California. This renowned artist gave the world, then and now, some great hits. Amen, somebody. You remember some of them. Yeah, one of them was Ain't No Mountain High Enough. He had another one entitled I Heard It Through the Grapevine. He had another one was entitled Mercy, Mercy. Amen, somebody. Then he had one called the Inner City Blues. Yeah, make me want to holler. Come on, somebody, don't get lost. Don't stay there. Just go with me for just a moment and come on back. Then he had another one. Yeah, that everybody seemingly loved. And it was that tune, Let's Get It On. Yeah, don't stay there. Come on back with me now. And now he had a countless number of other hits, but there's one more I want to plant in your mind so we can come out of the gutter and go forward. There's one other that I want you to remember, and that one was an all-time hit. It was entitled, What's Going On? Some of you remember that. You may not want to admit it today in church, but you remember it. I know you remember it. What's going on? And who was that artist? Marvin Gaye. Well, in 1971, at the height of the Vietnam War, as America was coming to grips with this undeserved war, this situation that America found itself in when our boys and our girls were being sent over to Vietnam to fight and to die in this unjust war. Marvin Gaye's brother in 1971 was returning home safely from the war. Amen, somebody. just like many of you and many of us, we had a loved one that was in the war, and thanks be to God, our loved one returned home alive. Yeah, I have a brother that served, my oldest brother, Earl D. He served in Vietnam and stayed there for a full year, and thanks be to God, he physically returned home. Yeah. Now, some of our boys and girls who served in Vietnam, they returned safely. They came back wounded physically. Some came back mentally hampered. Some came back morally down and socially unfit, but they came back alive. So Marvin was moved to action to say something, to make a social statement and a response to what he was seeing and what he was experiencing through his brother. And he sat down and he wrote the lyrics to this song, What's Going On? Can I take for just a half a second now to share with you something that's important about what he said in that song? He said, Mother, mother, there are too many of you crying. He said, brother, 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 there are too many of you dying. So then he said, you know, we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Yeah, those were the words. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. You didn't get it that way, but those are the words. And while we were having a good time and partying with the song, every now and then it's good to listen to the words of the song. So then Marvin had the second stanza. Tiffany, he said it this way. He said, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer. For only love can conquer hate. Then he says, you know, we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah, that was another verse, but you got my point. So come on back with me now. Don't stay where you are. Come on back with me so we can get to the end of the message. Amen, somebody. That was Marvin's message in 1971. And here we are today in 2020, almost a half century later. Amen. And that which Marvin sung about 50 years ago, unfortunately, is still with us today. Amen, somebody. Vietnam has come and gone. Yes, it has. Thank God. But today we have a worldwide pandemic. Yes. The COVID-19. 3.3 million people confirmed with the disease. 137,000 Americans are dead today. Yesterday alone, 730 Americans died from COVID-19. Far more deaths than we experienced in Vietnam. But not only that, but because of the 137,000 deaths, can't you still hear Marvin saying mothers are still crying? Brothers are still dying. Too many. We've got to find a way to bring love here this day. And then we find ourselves on the streets of America where we are killing one another. mothers are still crying, and brothers are still dying from one another, and even through the police. It makes you want to holler. What's going on? Maybe, just maybe, the United States, the world, Arkansas, West Memphis, maybe we've lost something. Maybe we forgot something. Maybe we've left something behind. Just look, if you will, at the state of the country, the state of the nation, the state of the world. Just look at it. We're living in perilous times. Hope is fading. The whole world is basically shut down. Amen. Look, education, K through college, schools are shut down. Economically, commerce is sporadic at best. Socially, we're in isolation. Others are in quarantine. Medically, hospitals are over capacity. Can't receive new patients. Spiritually, even in the churches, the doors of the church are closed. No wonder everyone is hurting. No wonder everybody's getting scared. No wonder people are frightened. No wonder there's so much depression going around. It makes you want to holler. What's going on? How did we get to this mess? How did we get here? Where's God? Which way did God go? Where is he when we need him the most? Just maybe God is still standing where we left him. In 1962, our Supreme Court declared that prayer in the school was illegal. They banned prayer to our God from the schoolhouse. Maybe that's how we've come to this point in time in America. We've taken God, we've taken prayer out of the schools. What are the consequences? Now our schools are all shut down. We took God, we took prayer out of our workplaces. What are the consequences? The workplaces have now been shut down. We took God out of our social life. Can't go to the movies, can't go to the mall. Our sporting activities have been shut. Can't go watch the Grizzlies play anymore. Restaurants are shut down. What are the consequences? Now all of those places have been shut down. We've taken God out of the government. Can't even display the 10 commandments of God. It was in the 12th Episcopal District in Muldrow, Oklahoma, when they decided that there was no longer able to display the 10 commandments in public. What are the consequences? Today, our government is basically flat on its back. Can't help nobody do anything. But wait one more second. The church, God's house, was given a great commission to go. But we stayed inside the four walls. Help us, Lord. Comfortably seated, cushioned seats, air conditioning when you need air and heat when you need it heat. Private reserved seat every Sunday has your name on it. Enjoy Sunday after Sunday. When only your kind come to that church. The most segregated hour of all the week, 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. Now we have a white church and a black church and a brown church. What about the church? Everybody has their own thing now. In West Memphis, on every corner almost, there is a church. Sometimes, like where I am, 3 churches in a row, side by side. With all of these churches that we got going on, what's going on? Where is God? I thought we needed a God every day. I didn't think we just needed God on Sunday in our black church, on Sunday in our white church. I didn't think we just needed him once a week. I thought we needed God every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We need God on Friday and Saturday. So where is God in all this? Text tells us something we ought to think about and go home with. These 3 gospel writers, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, they give us the harmony of the gospels and reinforce and lets us know what was going on. Most of us are intimately familiar with this passage of scripture, with this story, so I don't need to dwell too much on it. Here you have this group of people that's trying to find fault in Jesus. Trying to find a reason to ridicule him. Trying to find a way to embarrass him. Trying to find a way to kick him down. Can I help somebody? If they did it to Jesus Christ, somebody's going to do the same thing for you. You just have to be ready when they come. They found this expert who had his PhD in law. He was the smartest whip around. But they found out that Jesus wasn't no plaything. He could be serious when he wanted to be serious. He could relate when he needed to be related. But they found the brightest star to go and to challenge and to quiz and to try to test Jesus. So he came up with a question. He said to Jesus, you know, God, Jesus, we got all of these commandments. And down through the years, we've been living by these commandments. But you know, there are so many of them. We just need to know, where do we start? Which one is most important? Which one is second important? Which one should we follow? We've been living by these things all down through the years. But we need to find out once and for all, which one is the most important one. Yeah. Jesus had demonstrated that he was tough. He was smart. He was wise. He was clever. He wasn't a kicker. Even the church hierarchy couldn't put him down because he was doing things outside of the church that caused everybody to follow him. And so the church came after him. The church wanted to destroy him. The church wanted to tear him down. But Jesus kept on doing the will of God. And so this PhD wanted to know which one was the most important one of them all. And Jesus turned to him And he said to him in verse 36, what is the most important commandment? Jesus said in verse 37, here it is. Love the Lord your God. Yeah. Love your God. Love your God with all of your heart. Don't give him a Sunday version, a Monday version, a Tuesday version, but love him with all your heart. Love your God with all of your soul, from your very being on the inside. He said the commandment is to love him. And when you love him with all of your heart, when you love him with all of your soul, he said then reach back and find your mind. Get your mind right. Love God with your mind. And if you love God with your mind, your body will follow. Your spine will follow. Your legs will follow. Your tongue will follow. Your teeth will follow. Everything inside. When you love him with your heart and with your soul and with your very mind, your whole life will get right. So Jesus says to this lawyer, this is the first and the most important commandment. Can I help somebody? Yeah, but Jesus wasn't through. He just answered the lawyer's question. But let me show you how God works. When you come to God and when you ask him for something, when you tell him what your troubles are, when you explain to him what you are, he already knows you are going through. Not only will he fix that situation, but because he knows everything, he looks beyond your faults and he sees your needs. And so that's the first commandment. But Jesus said, let me give you another commandment. Love other folk just as you love yourself. Listen to Jesus. He says to the man, on these two, you just asked for one, but I gave you a two. He said, on these two commandments depends all of the law, both in heaven and on earth. It's all summed up around that one word, love. God is love. If you want to be a Christian, you got to have love in your heart. You can't just talk about it, but you got to show somebody some love. Always include God. When you wake up in the morning, include God in your waking up. When you sit down at the table to eat, include God in your eating. When you go to work on your job, include God in your work. When you go to school, include God at your school. When you go to bed at night, include God in your prayers. Always include God. God is the strength of my life. He knows what I need. He knows when I need it. He was with me when there was nobody with me. He picked me up. He turned me around. He placed my feet on solid ground. Who wouldn't serve a God like that? He did for me what no one else can do. How did he do it? He loved me so that on Calvary's Christ, he gave up Jesus' life so that I might live and live more abundantly, so that I might live and have eternal life. He loved me so that I can't leave him now. He's been too good. He's brought me too far for me to turn my back on God. Always include God. And when you include God, it means that you got to have love in your heart. You just can't turn your backs on your neighbor. As we stand in this house, as we stand all over this house, as we stand in Facebook land, standing in YouTube, and standing in Zoom. If you don't know about this love, today we invite you to come on and get to know about this love. Love is wrapped up and tied up and tangled up in this man, Jesus. He loves you. He cares for you. Even in our condition that we're in now, God still sits high. He looks low. He knows what we're going through. You want to know him. You want to have the love of God. We say that we open the doors of the church. We say that we extending you an invitation, an opportunity to come to get to know him. If you're here, this is your opportunity. Won't you come? Won't you come? Doors of the church are open. Doors of God's house. Doors are open. Some man, some woman, some boy, some girl. This is your opportunity. While you have this chance. God bless you. God bless you. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen again. Let us then continue in our worship. Somebody say worship. Somebody say worship again. Now we're going to worship God with our tithes and with our offerings. We're still at church. We're still in church. We're still with church. God is still here. He hadn't left us. He didn't walk out the door. He's still with us. We come now to honor him by being obedient to his word and bringing to his storehouse from that which he has blessed us with financially. We call it simply our tithes and our offerings that we bring to him. He blessed us with it, and we're to return his portion back to his storehouse. Let the church say amen. How much are we supposed to give him? A minimum of 10%. The children taught us this. And he said, for every dollar God gives you, we're supposed to give back to God how much out of that dollar? Just 10 cents. You better be glad I'm not God. Because if I gave you $1, I know I would want more than 10 cents back. Amen, somebody. But because God is God all by himself, he asked us just to give and to return to him our 10%. Now on this monitor before you, our Facebook, YouTube friends, please consider supporting the ministry. If you've been blessed and you're being blessed, express yourself. Amen, somebody. And we have multiple ways by which you can show your blessing. Multiple ways. One, you can share through Cash App. There's the code you need right there on the monitor before you. You can also do it by through Giveify. There it is right there before you. Whatever it is, whatever the means may be. Some people have already come by this morning and dropped their tithes and their offerings into our container. So everybody's standing all over the church. We're keeping our 6 feet distance between us. We have our masks on, and you ought to have on your gloves too. And we're coming to give to God our tithes. Come on, Facebook friends. You don't pass it. Some of you are doing Giveify. Doesn't matter which platform. sure appreciate you. Thank you so much. I bless you. Shall we stand all over the house? May we come together now. All things come of thee, O Lord. And of thine own have we given thee. Please remain standing with us. Will you help me thank the three sisters for blessing us today in ministry? Amen. Did not they sing for us for the Lord today? Will you help me thank our musicians that have been with us here on yesterday for rehearsal and back with us today? Thank you so much. And will you help me thank our technology crew? They blessed us and they have made it possible for us to be able to send this ministry out throughout this country. You would be surprised and shocked to see some of the countries, some of the states that are being represented in the cities throughout America. Those of you that's on Facebook, go ahead and tell us where you're from. YouTube and Zoom, tell us where you're coming from. They're coming to us from all over the country. We thank God that this technical crew has allowed us the opportunity to share the word of God outside of the four walls. Amen, somebody. The word, the fellowship is going forward. Can I tell you a quick story so we can go? I was so tickled a few weeks ago. I have a classmate that lives in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, high school classmate. And she's never been to she's probably been across the street over there today. She may have been there, but she's never been to Bethel. Amen, somebody. And she said that she came and zoomed in on Bethel, West Memphis one Sunday, Brother Sparks, and said her mouth, have y'all seen those images where her lips dropped and she saw what a beautiful church, she said, that Bethel, West Memphis had. She said, I don't know if she was telling Coach Meg or not, but she said, we can let go. She said that she sat through the whole service and never heard the preacher preach. She was still looking at your church. Isn't that something? But because you can press a button, Pam, and go back and watch it all over again, she later on in the week got the message. So we thank them for giving us the opportunity to be able to share this worship experience throughout. God is blessing us right now. And we want him to know we thank him. Let the church say amen. One moment of silent meditation, please, as we pray for our bereaved families in our community and throughout this land. We lift up the homeless, the sick, and the shut-in. We pray for our soldiers that are stationed throughout the world in harm's way. We're going to lift up our city, our state, and our federal government workers. You know and we know, everybody knows, they need wisdom. They need God to direct them. You know it because what they are doing is not working. Somebody has got to do the right thing. So let's pray for them. And while you're praying, we're going to continue to pray for the 45th President of the United States of America. He needs our help. And what we have to offer, we have to offer unto him our God who knows everything. We're going to lift up every church door that's open under the bloodstained banner of Christ Jesus. We pray God's blessing be upon those churches. One moment for you, one for me. And now, from the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 22, verses 34 through 40. Always include God. Now may the grace of God, sweet communion of his Holy Spirit, may it rest, may it rule, may it abide with each one of us, now, forever. Come on with me 3 times together. Let the church say, amen, amen, and amen. God bless you. Have a blessed week in the Lord.